XRP is floating around, guys, at this point in time. 35 cents. Now, FLR distribution today, guys. Very soon, right? So the real question is, are you guys going to hold, sell, buy, trade? In my opinion, there's going to be a lot of volatility, so prepare. But next, before we jump into some financial advice, value only now from Elon Musk. I hope that the people of Brazil are able to resolve matters peacefully, right? There has been a lot taking place, guys, over there at Brazil. Basically, the mainstream media is downplaying the resistance in Brazil because their guy won, right? Exactly, folks. People are awakening, right? Quote unquote awakening. Like we talked about before, it seems like that is where this world is heading towards, right? So what's going to happen in the near future, guys? Because it seems like we're repeating major events, right, from the past. So as we seen yesterday, guys, they were storming the National Congress, right, in Brazil. You know why that is quite funny? Because look familiar, infiltration in the movement, as you guys can see. January 6th, full circle, right? What are the chances of this, folks? This is so weird, right? Because Brazil, look familiar, another January 6th. Mass arrest of Brazilian spring protesters at the presidential palace after invasion of National Congress patriots, right? And then they got arrested, guys. This is weird, right? We're living in strange times. It feels like we're living in a simulation, guys. How do things repeat, right? I don't get it. And we can't make this stuff up. Brazil has their own damn shaman too, right? Which then correlates with the United States, guys. Which the event we've seen that took place before, right? The future proves the past proves the future. We got confirmed. Because there are rituals taking place, there is a Luciferian spirit behind this quote-unquote Great Awakening, right? Sure seems like it, guys. It sure seems like it. The world is supposedly heading towards. Now, on the other hand, Putin sends warship armed with hypersonic missiles into Atlantic, guys. Wow, right? So this narrative keeps accelerating, and it doesn't seem like it's stopping anytime soon. I believe it's going to stop right during the collapse or right after, guys, right? This all points towards what? The collapse, guys, right? Now, guys, there's a fun part of XRP in the XRP community. Now, this is called quite interesting. So, pay attention very carefully, guys, because we're going to go a little bit deep into the rabbit hole with this one, okay? About how a new world war could be brewing, right? WW3 from Elon Musk, folks.
It's going to be a third world war, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you know, and after World War III, you know, who knows what's left after World War III?
I think that's going to end us. Nuclear warfare.
It could. So there's arguably this, like, you know, this race between, do we become a multi-planet species or World War III? Which one is first? And if World War III is first, then maybe we never get to another planet. Shit. Yeah. You know, at some point there's going to be a third.
So, as we see right there, guys, you can just tell he knows something the world doesn't, right? Exactly. What does he know that we don't, guys? Right? World War III. You can see in his eyes he knows something that we don't know. You know what? This is fascinating. Listen to this. From Archaics. I'll have the link down here below so you guys would like to check out the full video. But this is quite fascinating. Listen very carefully, guys.
Please remember that I said this, that nothing about Russia and Putin and Ukraine and China that you're being hearing in mainstream media is true. It's almost all BS. From the beginning, this has been all about doing something. It's long-term planning. And what most people don't know is from the 1920s, 30s, and 40s, the United States has drilled thousands, maybe tens of thousands of oil wells all over the United States and Alaska, and we capped them at the same time that we purchased foreign oil. This is what we've been doing for a very long period of time. We knew we were going to, I mean, not we, but the government knew that they were going to fleece the American public to pay for all kinds of things. I believe they're building underground facilities. Now, they knew that this was going to create a financial problem, but they also knew, like, and I'm telling you right now, in the very near future, you're going to find out that we're going to start uncapping our wells, and the United States is going to introduce a new petrodollar. We're going to be a world superpower all over again with almost unlimited oil reserves that we have. We've always had them. We just cap them. And yeah, the oil industry is going to boom here in America. It's going to be very, very soon. And all these little power moves that are going overseas is because they already know it's coming. They already know what we plan to do. Yeah, there's all kinds of levels of diplomatic stuff going on behind the scenes. The people and the public, we are treated like animals. They just tell us anything. They don't even care if their lies get exposed. They do not care if their story doesn't make sense. Any story is better than the truth. So the mass media just produces a bunch of bullshit, says all kinds of things. But yeah, it's we're about to sell all Europe its oil. Yeah, and this is going to be a problem, and it's going to cause a lot of conflict in the Middle East, and Jerusalem is going to get involved, and all this is setting the stage for World War III, which was designed over 100 years ago by the guy from which we got the term mafia from. And mafia is an acronym. It's all Italian words, but this guy mentioned all three world wars. Albert Pike did too. Yeah, they were dead on about World War I and World War II happened exactly as they predicted. World War III is supposed to be Christianity, a Christian crusade against Islam for Jerusalem all over again. It's going to start by oil.
You guys can see, wow, it's going to start with oil, right? Christianity and Islam, guys. So for Jerusalem, guys, wow, you can't make this stuff up. So what are the chances, guys? It seems like the prophecy will be fulfilled, right? So the timeline, I think, is this right here. The collapse is inbound, right? That isn't where WW3 we are in the middle of. I think it's going to happen after, guys. So we see a collapse first, right? A new financial system is born, a new system. Then after, we see many years of peace. Then WW3 starts to begin, guys. And I'm pretty sure he has a theory, something called the Phoenix phenomenon, that takes place at 2040, guys, or that will take place at 2040, right? So there's a lot of different things brewing, guys, all at the same time, right? Orthodox Jews are beaten up by Israeli police. Most Orthodox are against. You guys can see all this stuff, right? So it seems like we're going to see what more and more and more of these things take place, right? And it will not stop, guys, right? It will not stop. It's crazy to me, guys. It's crazy. I mean, this really, everything we see today is purposefully done, right? Are purposefully orchestrated and manufactured for a specific outcome. So now, collapse took place, WW3 finished, what's next? How many different resets have there been? So he was talking about a Phoenix phenomenon theory that might take place, or that should take place at 2040, guys, right? Which then possibly brings in what another
been many
reset.
different resets and many different civilizations. The question is, how long has this been going on? And have we done all of this before? So, ancient Sumerians depicting a helicopter, people in the 1800s with an electric scooter, ancient Egyptian with free Wi-Fi and hotspot. This guy in the 1800s seems to have some sort of holographic device, and he's got one too. These temples in South America seem to have construction power tools. This guy seems to have a telescope, and of course, found in Egypt in a pyramid was a light bulb along with a set of batteries.
We just cracked the code, folks. It seems like the WEF reset agenda thing that we have been seeing for a long time, right? You own nothing and you'll be happy. It's not because of the actual 2030 agenda, and you guys know, right? It's actually because of another reset that's incoming after that, folks. Right? They're preparing the mind, subliminal programming or messaging, so you could accept what's incoming, right? With the 2040 thing, if that does actually take place. Now, I'm going to do a little bit more research about this theory, guys, because I don't know 100% of this theory, right? But it seems like this is truly the game plan. Why? I mean, the future proves the past proves the future, right? How is this even possible? It seems like the world resets in different types of ways, guys, right? And it's super weird. It's super weird. It's super weird, folks. It truly seems like we're living in a scripted reality, right? What are the chances that thousands of years ago or hundreds of years ago, people state a few things, right? A few quote-unquote predictions that might take place in the future, and it actually does take place. Oh, and don't forget, Albert Pike predicted World War I and II, right? And it came into fruition. Now, number 3. We gotta do more research on this, guys. Offline transactions for XRP, right? Forget the FUD, know what you hold, XPOP. Offline proof of payment validation, e.g., for example, for vending machines without internet still being able to verify XRP Ledger transactions, XRP Ledger proof of payment, right? It's fascinating. Why? Because I'm pretty sure they have a bunker for an XRP Ledger, guys, right? Note if I'm mistaken. What are the chances of this? As part of our commitment to ensure the long-term health and stability of the XRP Ledger, they are now operating a validator from that location, a former nuclear bunker 30 meters beneath the streets of Stockholm, guys, Sweden, right? Is this something? Isn't that something? So even if the world comes to an end, the XRP Ledger will still be running. And you know what's even crazier, right? If things are offline, you'll still be able to verify the XRP transactions, right? So you could buy things. As you guys can see, they use an example with a vending machine, right? What are the chances of all this, guys, right? Supposedly, it seems like there are no coincidences to me, guys, right? It's just weird, to say the least. They have measures of what's possibly upcoming, guys, and it's going to seem like, and it seems like these types of technology will just get better and better and better throughout the years, right? But let me know down below on what do you believe will take place in the near future. Another thing that I found weird is if now that our perspective did change a little bit, guys, is that if you read Mr. Poole's post, right, about will you still be here and those types of texts, it's fascinating because is he really talking about the incoming collapse, or is he talking about something worse, right? Which could be what, WW3 or the Phoenix phenomenon that will take place at 2040. It's fascinating stuff to me, guys. But besides that, from Extra Parabolic, could it be what? Look at these two towers, right? The two towers from Mr. Poole, destruction taking place, right? And J and B, or B and J, right? What are the chances of this, guys? Especially in Brazil, think about it. Those are the towers right here. So I don't know, guys. I'm pretty sure all these events are very deep rooted, right? In some sense, to say the least. Now, the fountain for Tasty comes from Babacux. A storm is coming, guys. With all the events we have been seeing, definitely more storms brewing, right? And on the horizon. So let's prepare. Not financial advice. But anyways, that's all for you guys. See ya.